Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. The Israelites have been scattered across the four corners of the earth, as prophesied in Deuteronomy, the 20th chapter. Here at Israel United in Christ, we need your help to recover the remnant of our people, teach them the gospel. Please help us, support us, and join or donate to the Booster Club today. Shalom.
So what I'm showing you is all these people came together and said, we ain't gonna let this Negro find out who he is.
Right.
Let's keep him on the bottom. You know what? Better yet, let's dig their style. Let's figure out what these people like, so that we can set up stores in their neighborhood, because they are our focus. They are our target to make this money.
They come here and get along faster than we do.
Exactly. You know what that's called? Psychological warfare.
Bring it out.
Why you think they put the hair in the store? They give you the cigarillos $3-4. They want you to kill yourself.
Bring it out.
You know why? Let me show you. Give me that in the Apocrypha, Judah 5 and 20.
Bring it out.
Let me show you. This is what they doing to us, bro. Hey, bro, what I'm bringing out is how the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans make up the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
We are the people from the slave trade who was brought over here for breaking God's commandments.
Right.
That's the reason why we're in this land today. That's what we're explaining. That's what we're going over. So I'm just showing him some of the things that affect us to show him that these are our historical records of how the Most High said that these things was going to happen to us. He prophesied it. So what I'm doing is I'm prophesying to him, showing him that the prophecies are true.
Right.
I read that.
The book of Judah, chapter 5, verse 20.
Come on.
Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor,
if
there be any error in these people.
That word error is another word for sin. He said, if there be any sin in this people, meaning the people on this chart right here, read.
And they sin against their God.
And they sin against their God, meaning we sin against the Most High God. Come on.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
He said, let us consider that this is going to be their ruin. This is how we're going to overcome these people. This is how we're going to remain on the top and they stay on the bottom.
Bring it out.
We become the head and they become the tail.
Right.
When it was never set up like that. The Most High set it up for us to be in rulership and they to be our servants.
That's right.
That was the whole reason they was ever created from the beginning. That's why they was created. Read.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
So when it said let us go up, that means let's come together. Let's have our tumult. Let's get together and let's build this crafty council against these people. Like what we just read in Psalms. This is saying the same thing. Read that part again. Where it said come up.
Let us go up and shall overcome them.
See, let us go up and overcome them. Let's stand up against these people and overcome them. Let's fill their neighborhoods with diseases. Let's teach them not how to marry, because the family is the foundation of a nation.
Right.
Let's teach them that, so that way they can never come up and understand how important it is to be in unity.
Right.
Because unity is what's going to bring us back together.
That's right.
Watch this. Zephaniah 2 and 1.
Bring it out.
Let me show you. This is how we're going to come back together as a people. Because you got to ask yourself, what's wrong with doing right? Have y'all ever thought of that? What's wrong with doing right? Is there anything wrong with doing right? What we're teaching is for you to do the right thing.
That's right.
That means unifying with your people, coming back to God's commandments, because these laws, statutes, and commandments was the divine order and the divine law of how the Most High set us up to rule this nation, to rule this world.
Right.
That's how we're going to do it. We're not going to do it if we're lawless. How can you rule anything if you're lawless? You don't have a guideline or any codes to live by.
Right.
So that's what we're trying to bring y'all back to. We're trying to bring you back to the original code of keeping God's commandments.
That's right.
Because that's how we're going to get back on top.
That's right.
That's how we're going to get out of this hellhole. Read.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Come on.
Gather yourselves together.
You see what the Most High said? What he say?
Gather yourselves together.
He said, gather yourselves together. That's what you see these brothers out here in purple is doing. We gathering together.
Right.
Look how the Most High brought us together. Not all of us are from this area. We from all over the place.
Right.
And we come together as prophets of the Lord to come out here and teach our people, to show how much we love our people.
That's right.
We ain't out here because we hate you.
Right.
But we know that our people going to hate us because of the mind state that they in. They don't understand what power that we can have amongst each other just by unifying.
Right.
Just a simple thing like that is unifying. We can overcome a lot of things.
That's right.
Read.
Gather yourselves together.
Come on.
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Check that flyer out, bro. Y'all check that out now. Go ahead.
Before the decree bring forth. Before the day passes as the chaff.
All right, that's it on that. So, hey, brothers, back there in the back. Let me ask y'all a question. How did we get to this side of the world?
They say ships, but most of the things
Ships?
They say some people say he was already there. Some people say that he came from Victor.
Okay, so now I'm gonna kill that. I'm gonna kill two birds with one stone. What you gotta understand is this: these people that's on this sign right here, right? There was a time in history. Okay. There was a time in history where these people became divided. They wasn't considered one nation. They became divided. So you had the northern division of Israel, and then you had the southern division of Israel.
Bring it out.
Now the history that you bringing out about where you say you hear people say that we was here already, that is going into from the tribe of Ephraim all the way down to Naphtali. These people were already here.
That's right.
Which is the northern kingdom of Israel, which are your so-called Hispanics today,
Right.
your so-called Native American Indians. That's who was here already. They came over here from Jerusalem. They came over here, okay? Now, these three tribes right here, which was known as the Southern Kingdom, those were the ones who was brought here on slave ships to America. Now, remember I was just telling you about the Northern Kingdom, right? They came over here already, right? Then, guess what? They still went into slavery on slave ships. You know how? Because when Christopher Columbus came, he took 1,000 of them back to Spain. That's why they think they Spaniards.
Right.
You understand? So, what the history that you're speaking about, both of the different histories you're speaking about, is still talking about these people
That's
right here.
That's right.
So that's what we're telling you. You are from the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
That's what we're bringing out. So now I want to show you in the scriptures that that prophecy was true, that was going to happen to us. Read what you got.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Stop. So now, when it said Egypt again, right? Do y'all have any history of what happened to us when we was in Egypt before we got to this side? We were slaves. We were slaves in Egypt.
Oh, yeah, in the land.
Yeah, with Moses and all that. Okay, we were slaves there. So when we were slaves there, we didn't go into slavery again in Egypt for a second time. When we came out the first time, that was it. We didn't go back. So the word Egypt is a Greek word that means bondage. We're going to show you, we're going to explain this by using God's word to identify God's word. Give me that Exodus. Let's see what the word Egypt means. I want y'all to listen to this. Watch this.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2.
Bring it out.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So what was Egypt called?
The house of bondage.
And bondage means what? Slavery.
That's right.
So Egypt was known, another word known for slavery.
That's right.
You understand? Now, read what you got at Deuteronomy again.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 20, and chapter 28, verse 68.
Come on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Into slavery again with what?
With ships.
And how y'all say we got over here? On ships.
That's right.
Right here. Which one is it? Right here. These were the slave routes. Right. This is where the ships went. You see this from all of West Africa. Was y'all, you were standing here, did y'all see what I brought out about how they picked us up from West Africa? Right. Did y'all see that?
On the bottom.
Let me show you the map again. Somebody
on the bottom of the map. Yeah.
Let me show you that map again real quick. It's right there. Let me show you the map. Real quick. Like what I was explaining to the brother earlier, because he was wanting to know, you know, how do we know that we those people, right? Because we all hear that we from Africa, right? But this is why we think we're from Africa. As you can see right here, where the slave ship routes went. Now look at this map right here. If you look down here at the bottom, right? You see Slave Coast? It says the kingdom of what? Can you see that word right there? Look at it a little close. Right here where it says Slave Coast, it say kingdom of what? Judah. Look on this sign right here. Who that say the Judah are?
Black African American.
Right.
Black.
That's right.
Black.
Which is us, right?
American black.
Exactly. So this is where they picked us up. They picked us up from the slave coast. This is how we got over here to America.
Right.
This is why we're telling you that we are the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
You understand? Right. Is that it on that?
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So he gonna bring us into slavery again with ships. So now we see the routes of where they picked us up from and how we got over here.
Right.
That's evident. All right. You can put it down. All right. Read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
So when he said, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, he said, the way that I'm telling you is going to happen, this is how it's going to happen. Right. Just like what we showed you on these signs. Right. That's what he was explaining, how we were going to be taken off on different slave ships. Read.
And there ye shall be sold.
And there, meaning once you got off the slave ships, you were going to be what?
Sold.
Because you'll hear a lot of people say, well, we ain't the only ones winning the slavery. There's other nations of people winning the slavery. But how many of those other nations were sold? Right. This what separates the difference right here.
That's right.
Who this is exactly talking about. This don't give you in the room to say, well, that could have been talking about the Japanese. They went into slavery, but they wasn't sold. If they did, this is talking about us.
That's
us
right.
only.
Right. Read. And there you shall be sold unto your enemy.
No, unto your friends.
Unto your enemy.
Who are we sold to? Who? There you go. Right. All praises to the Most High.
Right.
Read.
For bondmen.
For slave men.
And bondwomen.
And slave women.
And no man shall buy you.
And he said no man should buy you. What that means is no man was going to be able to buy you back once you were sold. Right. Because when you read in our laws, there was times where we would hire, some of us was fortunate enough to have our own land and different things of that nature at that time, that we was able to hire our own people who was less fortunate. We was able to hire them to work for us. You understand? That's called indentured servants. All right? But what he's explaining during this time was you was not going to be able to be bought once you were sold this time. Once you were sold to your enemies. You wasn't going to be able to buy that person back.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road. Purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.